Welcome in the latest episode of the Betting the Pitch Soccer podcast. Sorry, we took last weekend off, but we were spending it all on March Madness. Had a great 9-3 run with Big East Ben on the Need for Seeds college basketball podcast. Well, we do have some really interesting matchups to find the last positions going into this summer's World Cup across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada, assuming there are no wars that break out, but literally every country except for Canada. So 2 out of 3 are involved in some sort of disturbance, whether it's cartel related or whatever. But that's not what this podcast is about. Instead, we're going to go over the European qualifiers and go try to find some winners on this Thursday card. We have a lot, one early, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, noon Central Time match, and then have a bunch at 2:45 Central, 3:45 Eastern Time. And so we're going to go through all those, try to find some winners, get this out on the channel as quickly as possible, and try to put some extra money in your matinee hands, I guess, especially with the NCAA tournament and plus Major League Baseball all starting. We'll see if I can get a baseball podcast out tonight. I'm the real underscore G Warner. You can find me across all social media platforms, but it's time to get into some numbers right now, and let's get into that without further ado, as I somehow got to get to yoga in the park at some point today or soon. But we'll start in the first matchup. That is Romania visiting Turkey. Currently, Romania 1.25 goal underdogs, which is about what I've been seeing for the number the whole time it's been there. We've seen some money coming in on Turkey, likely as a home favorite, and because, well, they have two of the youngest phenoms in all of sport. I really, really hope that Turkey make the World Cup because they're an awesome team that'll be very interesting to watch with Kenan Yildiz of Juventus and a million others, names that are escaping me at the moment because I'm on the spot. But another really great player for Real Madrid, of course, whose name is escaping me, and many others. Plus, I think a decent showing in the UEFA Champions League this year from Galatasaray, for example, Fenerbahce in Europa League, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Total in this one is 3. It's used very heavily to under. That has climbed up from 2 3/4 since I've been watching it. Turkey are a great offense. You can always question their defense. I think it's improved in recent seasons. So that's going to be the big question is what they do here. Romania have been really competitive over recent seasons. I expected them to make the Euro last tournament last time. I don't think, or maybe I thought they would make the World Cup 4 years ago, but not, and then ended up not qualifying for it, which is harder to do, of course. Easier to make the Euro with more teams, though I think it's a better tournament, especially when we see this expand to 48 teams, and we see Curacao in it, for example. But this is a big number, so pretty much all these teams are looking to advance to the next stage so they can lock up a place. All these were second place finishers across UEFA, as far as I understand. But Romania are really talented, or have been in the past. Just Turkey are so much better, and they're at home. So for me, I'm interested in the 1.25 on Romania. I will put out a best bet for this episode. It'll come end of show, all from this Thursday, and because we got to get ready for matches coming up in just a few days to get the finals out there. Two advanced numbers: Turkey are very big favorite, minus 565, so 565 US to win 100. Romania plus 425, 100 wins $425. Yes, some big handle there, but welcome to soccer to advanced betting. Usually I like the plus money sides. I don't know that I like Romania going on the road into a really tough environment. I'm sure Turkish squads are always there. The country bands together, forget that they hate the other neighbor of theirs that lives down the street and roots for the other side. And I think we see a really tough environment. But above a goal, interested in the underdog, probably more so than under. Generally, if you want an underdog, especially a road one in this competition, you generally want to look towards under as well. I do feel like we see goals, and that probably makes me a little bit less interested in Romania because I don't think they can keep up on the scoreboard. But a single goal loss, and you're covering right now, and might even get a full win if they move to 1.5 goal underdogs, as the current market is showing it might. Moving to the big slate of games, all starting at the same time. We have Wales hosting Bosnia Herzegovina. Currently, Wales a 3/4 goal favorite. All the juice on Bosnia right now. We've seen this climb from half of a goal. Giant move here to 3/4 of a goal, because if they lose by a single goal, that is Bosnia, you will win half, or you lose half your bet and get half your bet returned to you as a push. That's pretty important. Something I'm certainly interested in. I also think we see a low scoring game because I haven't seen Wales a goal scoring side since Gareth Bale was there, when he really only played for them, it seemed. Total in this one is 2.25. Used a little bit more to over at this point. Bosnia and under look very interesting to me. I love what I've seen from Bosnia. I feel like they played very low scoring games a lot because of a really dominant defense. They still have Vedat Marici up front. And I got to say, a fair amount, Abdullahu and a lot of the German Bundesliga has found Bosnian players, and they've done really, really well in at least getting teams into the Bundesliga. But also the growth that we've seen at Hoffenheim this season, I think, is a lot because of Abdullahu as a central defensive midfielder. I think Wales, especially as one of the UK based clubs, is going to get overbet like they do in every competition, especially international ones. And Bosnia just doesn't have a lot of love out there. I think maybe because some people don't believe it should be a country or even competing in Euro and potentially the World Cup, blah, blah, blah. But that's not here for us to decide or debate. And I think Bosnia have shown that they have one of the greatest pride. They should have a decent amount of fans there as well. And they'll be playing for not just their fans, but each other and trying to fully escape the whatever you call it from Serbia. We'll see if that actually happens or whatever. But ultimately, Bosnia, I guess, a little bit more independent than Kosovo, who we'll get to a little bit from now. But I really do like what Bosnia's put together, and now I just want to make sure that Abdullah, who's actually Bosnian and not uh, not uh, what's the Kosovan, because they're very similar. Yeah, of course he plays for born in Switzerland, plays for Kosovo. Okay, so take out Abdullahu, but Vedat Marici, he is Bosnian. Let me just make sure of that. Oh my God, is he Bosnian? That's what happens when there are. No, Marici plays for Kosovo too. Damn. Well, this is going great. Bosnia, different, but still pretty play low scoring games. Can't edit this. I guess we're live, so whatever, it's going out there. But for me, I think at this point, Wales, I still don't want much to do with their offense, and I think they're going to be overvalued. I think we continue to see more money coming into Wales, pushing the spread even bigger. At +1, I'm definitely in Bosnia Herzegovina. I like the under 2.25 more probably than the side, but I like them both. Two advanced number, Wales -245, Bosnia +203. Pretty big number, but again, you're taking a road team against a really big crowd trying to get to the World Cup, and that's going to be hard to do. Now I'll move to Poland and Albania, more of the, I guess, former Eastern Bloc or whatever the Soviet Union was way back when. Poland, a three-quarter goal favorite right now to Albania. A little bit more juice on that Poland side, 2 cents more. Total in this one is 2, and it's juiced very heavily to over. So really small total here. I think reflects Poland's lack of goal scoring. Yes, Robert Lewandowski is still a name floating around. I expect him to be starting in this matchup, though he hasn't played much for Barcelona, hasn't really finished much. He is getting older. Those legs are getting heavier. He's not finishing as much as he used to be, just the best finisher out there. He still might be the difference. I think similar to the reasoning behind Bosnia-Herzegovina as a road underdog, I think Albania, they've kind of had more trouble defensively, I feel, but they've been really, really competitive against a lot of the better teams in Europe. And I just don't think Poland has been one of those. Yes, they've been, I guess, ever since they had Jakub Blaszczykowski and a younger Robert Lewandowski, they've been known or expected to be a much better achiever in European and international play. I haven't seen it, and I don't really expect to see it. I think Albania will be really competitive here. I think we see a low-scoring game. I think the push on 2 is important. I do think this number will climb to 2.25 before kickoff. I'll be waiting for that and want to be on Albania. Two advanced number, Poland -333, Albania +269. Again, I don't like fading a home team in the front of a home crowd, but Poland has really disappointed there over the years and years and years of really wallowing in, I think, lower levels than their talent has described or at least seen. And they should have some decent defenders, both playing for Porto right now. That is Poland, with Bednarek and Kivior. But at this point, to me, I think Albania have been playing a lot better. They've been better in the competitions, especially against expectations. So big underdog and under. I think they play together. I think we see a low-scoring game. General theme, I guess, before I get to the next matchup is none of these teams have been playing together at all. It's really hard to score goals. All these teams put their best defenders out there to play, and that's going to be a really, really tough setup for anyone to play and really to train together because they just finished their match days on Sunday of this week. So fast forward, I'm recording this on Wednesday for Thursday matches. They've had 1 or 2 training sessions together. Yes, they played before, but the last international break I feel like was in November. So these teams basically don't even know each other at this point. And I think it's going to be really great for underdogs and unders, and I plan to exploit that on Thursday. Moving next to Czech Republic, hosting Ireland, currently Czechia, a half a goal favorite right now. All the juice on Ireland. Total in this one, as I make sure that hasn't moved too much. No real movement so far. Total in this one is 2.25, and it's juiced very heavily to over. Czech Republic, they've been, I think, a overperformer on an international stage for a while now. Do I believe it? I'm not sure. I mean, they've been, I think, talented and honestly, one of those teams that were up and running, up on the rise for me a few years ago, and kind of didn't really perform as well. Patrick Schick has been great. Had that incredible goal against Scotland in the Euro of 2021 that was postponed from 2020. But I don't know that they've had a lot of goal scoring in them. Ireland have been really disappointing slash terrible in many competitions. I don't know that they can really score goals. Cowmin Kelleher, another tough, especially as an Irish person trying to pronounce that. But good luck to anyone else. Kelleher's been, I think, other than a really, really big mistake for Ireland, he's been great for in the Premier League this season for Brentford. And I got to say, I think that there's more ability for him than I think that's been shown. I think there's a good chance that he will do a lot to potentially push this big underdog. Oh, further, potentially taking a risk on them moving forward in this competition. Again, don't like them doing that in Prague, but we'll see what happens. Czech Republic only minus 185 to advance, one of the cheaper so far that we've seen. Ireland plus 161, but you could argue they're a UK club or UK based. And there's a lot of money coming in from there on a lot of these betting markets because that seems to be something they do over there. That might mean that Czech Republic look a little bit cheap. I don't really back favorites into advanced situations unless I really have a great feeling. But I do think we see a low scoring game here. Again, these teams have not been playing together for any time together at all. Moving next to Slovakia and Kosovo. Currently, Slovakia half a goal favorite. All the juice right now on Kosovo. Total in this one is 2, and it's juiced a little bit more to over at the moment. Kosovo has been getting bet a little bit. I'm worried that this quarter of a goal is going to fall down, or it's going to fall to a quarter of a goal. But at that point, we're getting odds. I don't really hate that idea, or just waiting to see if this half of a goal gets cheaper. Slovakia have not shown they can score goals at any level. Yes, had a big win against Germany and then got smacked in the reverse fixture when they were playing for, I guess, the automatic berth into the World Cup, which wasn't really expected, but it was on the table from what I recall. Kosovo, let's bring in what I said about Bosnia into this portion. Love Adelahu, and I think he's a huge reason for Hoffenheim and how they performed. Love Vedat Marici as one of the most difficult players to defend because he's so tall, has great head on his shoulders, and just a big one, and honestly fights La Pirata de Mallorca. I think he's a great, great striker to put up there, especially when you're going to plan to defend for a lot of this matchup. To advance, Slovakia minus 197, so almost as cheap as Czechia, and Kosovo plus 172. Total is smaller at 2. I think we see a very, very competitive showing here for the underdog. I love the total under 2. Would love to get 2.25. Doesn't look like we'll see that, though. You never know, I guess. I actually like Kosovo to advance here, plus 172. And of course, I love the underdog. If right now they draw away from home, you win a full bet, and we see this go to extra time. 2 matches left to go, I think. 3 matches left to go. Let me say that. So we'll move next to Denmark hosting North Macedonia. Currently, Denmark 1.75 goal favorites. All the juice is on North Macedonia as this climbed from 1.5 just this week or the last couple days. Total is 2.75. It's juiced all the way to over. I'm waiting to see this climb to 3. North Macedonia made the Euro a couple editions ago, and we're really good for a while. They have Dimitrievski, current goalkeeper for Valencia, a lot due to an injury, and though he was signed there, and then they took a player on loan from Athletic Club. Other big names have kind of fallen out of the team, and North Macedonia, a small country, doesn't have a lot to them. Denmark, on the other hand, awesome, really talented, maybe haven't performed as well. Christian Eriksen's getting old, but playing a lot for VfL Wolfsburg in the German Bundesliga after that crazy collapse, heart-stopping a couple seasons ago. And Denmark have a huge crowd. We'll have a huge support for them in the FC Copenhagen Stadium. Stadion probably is how they call it. Right now, Denmark minus 875 to advance, so plus 514 on North Macedonia, as we actually see some money hitting the under right now. I'll be waiting to see if this climbs to 3. I don't know that I got much I want to do with that one. Moving next to Italy and Northern Ireland. Can Italians fail again at this level? We'll see. At least they're not facing well, they are facing a northern team, but this one not North Macedonia because that was a disaster last time. Italy currently 1.5 goal favorites with all the juice on the home team. That was seeing some money coming in Italy, and I expect that to climb. Total is 2.75, juiced pretty heavily to under right now, 18 of the 20 cents of juice. And to advance, Italy minus 1,000 and Northern Ireland plus 661. Italy should be going through. Northern Ireland have no offense. Their only hope is defend and keep this as low scoring as possible. For that, I'm interested in under 3. Don't know if we'll get it. And I probably need it because that push on three is essential. Last but not least, Ukraine and Sweden. This is going to be played on a neutral site because Ukraine is not hosting matches, as far as I know, with the war going on. Ukraine plus 1/4 of a goal is all the way juiced right now, plus 105 coming back on Sweden. Total in this one is 2 1/4, juiced very heavily to over 18 of those 20 cents. To advance, Ukraine plus 114, Sweden minus 134. We've seen some money coming in, Sweden moving from pick'em to a quarter goal favorite. It's on the road, sort of, but it's actually just a neutral site. Sweden also have changed managers, have gotten a lot more faith or whatever in their program. I don't really believe in it, I gotta say. I don't think they're that strong. And for me at this point, I'm looking to back Ukraine. I wish I had some sort of faith or belief that this number wasn't impacted by this pseudo home ground because they haven't been able to play at home in years and years and years. The fight is there. We know that from Ukraine, the war going on, all that sort of stuff. I just don't know that I really trust Sweden as a favorite. So you lean to Ukraine in this one, and that'll, I guess, close us up and get us ready to the ultimate best bet portion of the show. So we're going to grade this one, my favorite pick of them all, and I'm going to go with that Kosovo-Slovakia under 2 goals. I think we see very, very light scoring. I think we might even see the underdog more likely to score, but they're half-goal underdog. Love Kosovo. Love them to potentially advance. Love that side, but I'll go under 2 as my best bet. @real_G Warner across all social media platforms. We'll try to get a reel out on YouTube or on Instagram @real_G Warner, on YouTube @real_G Warner, and of course, follow Betting the Pitch if you want some college basketball access with Big East Ben. It's a recording, and the Sweet 16 episode's already out there. Elite 8 coming out Friday night. We'll see you all soon on more episodes of Betting the Pitch.